This Family Life News podcast is made possible by the support of listeners like you.
Hi, I'm Bob Price, and this is a Family Life News special report. The Colson Center is an organization dedicated to helping Christians live out their faith in the public square. They've just published a new 4-part small group Bible study on how to do that exactly. It's a companion guide to a 90-minute film that was released last year called Truth Rising. I spoke with the Colson Center's Pete Marra a short while ago about Truth Rising, the study. And here's more of our conversation.
Truth Rising, the film, which you just mentioned, was a documentary done between the Colson Center and focused on the family to really talk about the moment that we find ourselves in as a Western civilization. It featured Os Guinness, John Stonestreet, and various voices. But the film kind of framed up the whole idea of Western civ. Started in Rome and ended in the U.S. It's a great narrative, great film. Highly recommend it. But the question after that film is, okay, we see this, we feel this, we recognize something's off in our civilization in the West. What do we do? Yeah. So we put together Truth Rising, the study, and the study's free. It's available for any Christians. They can go to colsoncenter.org/truth, and they can get the study. And the study consists of the film, so the full film is there available if they haven't seen it or people haven't seen it. And it consists of 4 teaching pillars: hope, truth, identity, and calling. Yeah. And these are 4 different studies.
I love in the film, and I agree with you, highly recommend it. If you haven't seen it, just go to Truth Rising, the website, and you can get it there, or Breakpoint, or Focus on the Family. You can get a lot of different places. But the stories of the individuals you tell in the film, there's so many wonderful stories of faith under fire. Are their stories included in the study?
There are. Their stories are in there as well as some others. You know, when people come under fire, we look at some of these leaders like Jack Phillips, for instance, and we think that they just woke up one day and had the courage to stand for their faith and then face the onslaught and all the challenges. But the reality is Jack and people like Jack are just normal, everyday Christians like most of us going through our day, but they took the time to build that deeply rooted faith. So when the opportunity came for them to be courageous, they were able to take a stand. And their stories are great, and each video highlights a different person around hope, around truth, around identity or calling.
Yeah, the narrator, Os Guinness, talks a lot about we're at a civilizational moment in our country, you know, as we embark on America 250. And a lot of folks are asking the question, could America survive another 250 years? Because it seems like every 250 years, a culture throughout antiquity goes through this civilizational transformation. Do you think, Pete, we are at that point in our country's history?
I'm not nearly as wise as Os Guinness, but I think it doesn't take us as Christians much to see that the world is very disorienting and something has fundamentally shifted. So I think for Christians, the question is, what are we going to do about it? Are we going to accept that we're in decline? Are we going to embrace renewal, which is what Oz talks about? And I think the answer for us as believers is that God has called us to be people of hope, grounded in the truth of God's story. And when we do that and we live out our calling in each and every day of our lives as teachers, plumbers, doctors, you know, whatever it is that we do, when we live that faithful calling out, we can help restore this broken world that we live in.
Yeah. So, Pete, in real practical terms, how does this study help people of faith live that courageous Christian life?
The way that it helps people is it helps ground them in a Christian worldview. So again, if they go to colsoncenter.org/truth, they can get the study. It starts with the idea of truth. We are people of truth, God's full redemptive story. We live in hope. We believe that Christ has died, Christ is risen, Christ will come again. And it gives us very tangible, practical ways to understand how we can see the world world as Christians, how we can live out those Christian values in our spheres of influence. Quite frankly, sometimes worldview can be a little esoteric, right? These big civilizational problems. But the reality is each and every Christian has been called to a sphere of influence that God has equipped them for, that God has made them for, and called them to this time and place. So we really work at helping people understand their calling and encourage them to live faithfully in it.
Amen. Highly recommend y'all watch the film Truth Rising. It's only about an hour and a half, and it's I saw it last fall. It's just so good. And those stories of those individuals that are interviewed by both John Stonestreet and others, just so inspirational. If you are in that position in your life where you just feel like, what good does this faith have? Just watch the film and you'll see it. And finally, Pete, who is this study designed for? I imagine a Sunday school class, it might be a great study, but who in particular is this study designed for?
Yeah, this study is designed for the everyday Christian. It's designed for Bible studies inside a church. It can be done as a small group study. I even had reports of somebody this summer holding a pool party and inviting people over to their swimming pool, and they're watching one episode a night. It's designed so that you have about a 20-minute teaching block. We give you study guides and everything you need at the website, so you can download all those things, and Christians of all starting points can dive in and be equipped.
That is Pete Marra of the Colson Center. Again, that free 4-part small group Bible study, Truth Rising the Study, is available at colsoncenter.org/truth. That's colsoncenter.org/truth. I'm Bob Price, and this is the Noon Report on Family Life.
Thank you for listening to this Family Life News podcast. If you've been encouraged by what you've heard, please share it with others and click the subscribe button to automatically receive future episodes. Family Life is a listener-supported ministry. Podcasts like this are made possible by your financial partnership. Find out more at familylife.org.